40 years ago, I was watching television, and all of a sudden the screen went dark, and I found out that the channel I was watching was only an 18-hour-a-day channel. It was called Discovery Channel. It was a brand new channel, and 6 hours a day was dead airspace. So my mind went crazy. As a young entrepreneur, I contacted the cable company, and I cut a deal to start putting products into the downtime of this dead airspace. We started with kitchen products, the Food Saver, Ginsu knives. We got involved then with Jack LaLanne and the Juicer, Tony Little and fitness products, and Billy Mays, George Foreman. We started doing hundreds and hundreds of projects, filling dead airspace. Now, this started in the United States, and I said, if there's dead airspace in the US, there's dead airspace all around the world. So we went to London and opened up a venture with Rupert Murdoch and Sky Channel, and then to Sweden with the Kinnevik family, and Marcucci family in Italy, and on to Asia and TV Tokyo in Japan, and had beachheads all around the country. In fact, in the Middle East, Sheikh Salah Camel, Arab radio television, 30 hours a day of unused airtime. We were filling the airwaves all around the world, putting products out, building businesses, creating billions of dollars in sales. If you want to create billions of dollars in sales, and I've had over $5 billion in sales, it takes a lot of maneuvering all the way around. Number one, you've got to have a great passion for what you're doing. And for me, being an entrepreneur, I was very passionate. I wanted to be successful. So I had a vision, I had a mindset, and I had a passion to want to go build amazing businesses. So that was the first step, is right here inside me, I needed to want to do it. But now I needed to have the resources. I needed to create what I call a dream team around me to be able to support me, to be able to handle the things that I wasn't good at. I'm good at marketing and sales, but finance and operations, I needed that dream team to come in and be part of my umbrella. So I had the passion to start, I created the dream team, and then we had to put a plan together as well as the proper capital. Because when I started, I didn't start with a lot of cash. We were very profitable in the beginning, plugging our profits back into the business. But at the end of the day, to become a global $5 billion company, it was necessary to raise capital. So this was the next step where I needed to get some really top-notch finance people, bankers, finance folks that would sit down, and we would then put a plan together and go to the lending sources and raise capital. So after we raised our first $3 million line of credit, we were able to 10x our business and start on the path of doing hundreds of millions of dollars a year, which gave us the path to $5 billion in sales. I have a passion for mentoring others because as a young entrepreneur, I saw so many entrepreneurs making big mistakes, making some of the mistakes that I had made in the past. So as an entrepreneur, to see somebody doing the wrong thing because they don't have guidance, because they don't have the knowledge, because they don't have somebody they can talk to me is a tragedy. I believe that everybody deserves having the right kind of advice, the right kind of coaches, the right kind of mentors in their life, and this is why I'm very passionate about that. And so in 1987, as a young entrepreneur, I got together with a group of young entrepreneurs, and we created the Entrepreneurs Organization. And as a member of EO, you received a group of mentors for your business, and on a monthly basis, these mentors helped you, guided you through to build your business in a powerful way. So for now more than 30 years as part of the EO group all around the world, I've been helping entrepreneurs get mentors, and this has been giving me a lot of passion along the way. So outside of EO though, as a shark from Shark Tank, people would come to me and say, yes, I want capital, but I also need a shark. I need a mentor. I need some help. And maybe sometimes, yes, we would invest some money also, but in many cases, we could help people even without investing money because we could teach them how to go build their business, how to put that plan together, and actually how to go raise the capital necessary. So for me, the passion started many, many years ago when I saw entrepreneurs making mistakes, mistakes they didn't need to make, mistakes I had already made, and I knew I could help them, I knew I could mentor them, and this has been my passion ever since. I have some great tips for aspiring entrepreneurs, and let me say this. If you are just starting a business and this is your first business, the biggest tip and the best tip I could give you is to surround yourself with experts. In my case, when I was a young entrepreneur, I was great at sales and marketing. I was out selling more jobs in every situation than we could actually handle. As a heating and air conditioning company, we were selling more jobs than we could install. But I needed operations and finance and installation crews. So the key to being successful is create experts in the areas that you don't have the greatest expertise in and bring them in as mentors, coaches, or dream team members. And I'm not saying that you just have to write big checks to pay these people, because you may not have the money to do that anyway. I'm talking about getting creative and creating a dream team. These are the skills that we're going to be sharing with you in VRLU, because these are the skills you need. You don't have all the skills that are necessary. I was great in sales and marketing, but I wasn't good in finance and operations. When I surrounded myself with these experts, with these dream team members, it all was possible now. Everything was possible. And at VRLU, we're going to teach you how to do this without having to write the big checks to each person, because there's techniques available to get great people on board that can be part of your team and have the same vision and the same long-term view, not necessarily demanding big compensation on the front end. This is the key to success. Surrounding yourself with a team of experts, I call them the dream team. Let me talk a little bit about adversity, failure. Now, when I first failed, it hit me hard. It was difficult. I felt like I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know if there was a future. But I finally realized, as we were launching product after product after product, we would hit one and then we'd fail 2 or 3 times. And oh, I was failing. This is terrible. No, I was learning. And that's the process. Failure can be a good thing. In fact, Winston Churchill said it best. Success is being able to go from failure to failure without the loss of enthusiasm. So I want to say that when we failed, we wanted to fail fast and we wanted to fail cheap so we could get on to the winners. And we found out that we were actually going to be successful about 1 out of 3 times, which meant we would fail 2 out of 3 times, but that's part of the process, because you're not going to wake up every day and be a success every single day. In baseball, you get up, if you can bat 1 out of 3, you're gonna be on the all-star team every year. So, and the same thing in my world. If I can hit on 1 out of 3 successes, I can build billion-dollar businesses, which means I have to learn from my failures and learn from those in a way that I can now minimize the failures, minimize the time to fail, and fail fast, fail cheap, and get on to the big successes, because when the big ones hit, they're huge. A big success could be 10 million, 100 million, 500 million. Maybe you hit that billion-dollar bonanza. So that's why I say, go through the failures, knowing that you're going to learn from them, and they're going to be part of the process of making you more successful in the long run. I've been an entrepreneur for over 40 years, and I've had dozens of mentors along the way. Now, I was very fortunate. When I was 11 years old, my first mentor, his name was Charlie. Well, he was my father, and my dad taught me a lot of things. He had opened up one of his first enterprises, and my father was a bartender before he saved up money to open up his own bar, Harrington's Irish Pub. And at 11 years old, I was working there, but I wasn't just washing dishes and serving food. I was in the back counting the money at the end of the day, seeing where the profits were coming from, and the operations and the success and the failures that were happening inside this one restaurant of my father. So my father was a mentor to me. And as I grew on from there, I had many, many other mentors in my life. In fact, Zig Ziglar became a mentor in the world of sales for me. Richard Branson became a mentor in the world of building brands, and had a couple of days one-on-one with Richard Branson as an amazing mentor in my life. And beyond that, I could keep talking, but mentors have been very near and dear to me, and I wouldn't be sitting in this chair right now if I didn't have several very successful mentors in my life. And I recommend that everybody has not only one mentor, but many mentors to help support you in the areas that you need the most help in. It's important to have a mentor. I've had them all my life for 40 plus years. I think a lot of people get a lot of things wrong on their journey to success. First of all, they think everything's going to be positive. Everything's going to happen according to plan. Well, guess what? It doesn't happen always according to plan. There's always diversions and things that happen that aren't something that you can plan for. So I believe that many times people think it's going to be easier. They don't have necessarily the understanding of what it takes. So yes, many people have the passion. They want to be successful. That's easy, right? You want to be successful. But now you have to sincerely believe that you are going to be successful. And this sometimes people, they maybe want to think they believe, but do they sincerely believe they're going to be successful? And one of the most important steps is, I say, you must enthusiastically act upon your plan to be successful, because you can't just sit and expect it to happen. You can't wait for it to happen. You must take action. And this is why I say you have to sincerely believe you're going to make it happen. Then you must enthusiastically act upon your plan and deploy the dream team to make it happen, because it is not going to happen if you don't take action. And this is where many people fail. They have a great idea, they have a great passion, but they don't realize that that passion must lead to massive action taking. And as I say, you must enthusiastically act upon your plan to become successful. I think success can be defined in several ways. There's business success, there's personal success, there's family success. And I believe now, finally, after 40 years as an entrepreneur, I believe I've achieved a level of success that feels very comfortable for me. I've had dozens and dozens of very successful businesses over the years, and have actually invested in over 500 different projects, and many of those became very successful. In fact, more than 20 of them became $100 million plus companies. So I believe on the business side, I've been successful. I have a great family, I have a great wife, I have a great couple of kids, I have a couple of grandkids. I believe my family life is successful. And on my personal life, I believe that I've achieved certain things in my personal life also that I feel at peace with the world and myself and my business and family and friends. And I just believe across the board I've had a chance to achieve the success that I want. However, I'm still striving to get even a higher percentage of success, and even a 100% factor. And I don't know if there's anybody on the earth that's ever hit that level, but I always strive for getting better on a daily basis and having better relationships and more success and more happiness across the board. So yes, I believe I've achieved a level of success, but I also believe that there's other great things ahead for me and things that I still haven't accomplished. And this is what motivates me to get up every single day and look forward to my next day. I love motivating other people. I get hundreds of people that actually come to me on a weekly basis, still to this day, looking for help, looking for motivation. And so what motivates me is seeing where they are and knowing that I have the keys to their success, that I have the keys that they can use to unlock the next steps in their journey. And this is something that's very important, because an entrepreneur that's starting, they don't have the vision of all the things that are out there and all the things that may be happening. I've been there. I've done that. I've been in over 500 startups. We've seen everything that can happen, from cash flow issues to customer service issues to product quality issues. We've dealt with all of them, and we continue to strive for success. So I believe the motivation for me is knowing that I have the keys and I have the answers for those entrepreneurs that are ready to grow their business. And so that's what motivates me, is knowing that I can meet with an entrepreneur that's starting a business and I can share with them the path that I took and the steps that I took so that they have a better chance for much quicker success. I've heard a lot about VR and virtual reality, but I've actually never done any kind of production in this area. But when I heard about VRLU, I said, this is something that I really need to check out, because I understand the power of virtual reality is the intensity of the learning process. It's a very powerful way to learn. And I think this is why it's going to be so successful in the world of entrepreneurship. On the VRLU platform, I would love to see some additional sports kinds of projects. I would love to see golfing, because I love golf. Obviously, entrepreneurship is near and dear to me, and so between my course and Les Brown and some of the other existing projects, I think that's great, but maybe some other entrepreneurial programs that can supplement the advice that Les Brown and myself are already able to give. But I think as VRLU expands into many other categories, I think you're going to see some great things happening in the world of golf and sports and those kind of things. And that'll be good for me, because I love that kind of stuff. I have a powerful message for those that are watching today and those that are going to be involved in watching me on VRLU. I believe that this is a very powerful way to learn. First of all, I've had 40 plus years of experience as an entrepreneur, launching over 500 projects, investing in over 500 projects, having done over $5 billion in sales. What you're going to learn on VRLU is how to take the key that I give you and turn it and unlock all the answers to building your business. You're going to be able to get startup advice, building your business and raising capital, building your brand, getting your dream team, all of the above. So I want you to focus on VRLU and the magic that we bring to the table with virtual reality.